The Vice President Dr. Touray on Wednesday presides over the official opening of the 15th edition of Trade Fair International de Gambia. The Trade Fair is the leading business exhibition event that creates a platform for enterprises to network and promotes their goods and services to the public in the Gambia. This year's theme is Accelerating Intra-Africa for the Realization of Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement through Innovation. Speaking to the media shortly after touring the stores, Dr. Touray describes this year's edition as a unique one.
I was the Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Industry, and I have witnessed quite a number of trade fairs, but I think this is a very unique one. For the fact that they were able to create a space that is dedicated to the fair, and the fact that most of it is local content, and created an opportunity where the sub-region can come, it means we have the infrastructure to be able to accommodate even regional trade fairs. That's the first thing I have observed. I also observed some improvement in terms of the setting of the stalls. There is some innovation. There is some creativity. I saw the youth particularly is very impressive. Impressive in the sense that I can see great potential in terms of the progress that are being made in technology, in terms of making use of local content to recycle them and to give us hope. Things that can be used in hotels and in different places to patronize them and to show that this is Gambian creativity and innovation. I have seen that. I have also seen the women in their great numbers preparing what is the best for our nutrition, our health, something that, that is derived from what we call organic production. And they are trying to make use of things without using any chemical inputs and so on. And I believe this is a great potential. That is the answer. I have seen young people.
She states the challenges the food processors are faced with, adding that they need materials that will help them in their businesses.
What it requires, I think the challenges are, there are quite a number of cross-cutting issues that I have seen. And these are the issue of when it comes to the food products, it's about packaging, it's about access to these things and the difficulties that they are facing. And I believe that from a policy point of view, I think the focus should be providing those equipment or those materials that are beyond their access, trying to create a hub where they can have a packaging industry, where they can also produce some of these things for their audience. And you don't need it everywhere. All you need is to have one unified hub, and then each and every one of them will come with proper management to also reach out to ensure that we harness the production.
The Vice President urges the government's partners, donors and private sectors to make equipment available to the youth engaged in food processing and other services.
And I believe that the private sector and some of our partners will focus more in making those alike. If you feel that this is a potential, why don't you give them a vehicle, those tricycles? Why don't you get motorcycles for them? I have seen a new industry, a new Gambia, which is responding to the global order and trying to make sure that whatever that is necessary, I can see it. I travel a lot and I've seen a lot, and it is very positive. The policy direction is very clear. We are looking at different ways. I want to also urge the supermarkets, because it's one thing, if we are able to pass the standards and the quality that is required, the ISO 9000 and the ISOs and so on, I think the standards and quality are established. We need to support the producers to ensure that there needs to be a conversation. We need to engage them, and at least a quota be given to the local producers. And if possible, let them invest in building their capacity, in helping to reach the standards that we want. And I urge the Ministry of Trade and GIPA, including the private sector, GCCI and others, to sit down and have a conversation where we agree what sort of labs do we need, what sort of equipment or machinery do we need for the processing to go, and to make sure that we incubate them. We are incubators and there are incubation centers. But now it is time. I think we are ready to move. We were at the primary stage then, but now we have moved from that primary stage, now going to the intermediate. I think now we are ready to fly only when the equipments are available. So I urge our partners, the donors, the private sector, to please make available resources and invest in areas where it's going to improve the quality, the standards, support the rural people to produce the corn, to produce the maize, the millet, and also to be able to feed the rams that they are selling. They have to be able to feed the chicken that they are raising, and to also encourage the fisheries sector, because meals are made out of these natural products and Gambia produces them. We have them in abundance. You see the fish being thrown out there, and then we have some of our partners putting them into fertilizer and so on. Why not capturing that? And I think we need some creativity, some innovations, and taking bold steps to move this country forward.
Meanwhile, Mr. Usaini Senghor, Chief Executive Officer of the Gambia Investment and Export Promotion Agency GAIPA, says they have sponsored 32 stores in this year's trade fair.
Basically, we've been doing a lot as this fair. We are sponsoring about 32 vendors. We are activating the OneStop Shop. Basically, as we speak, we will be establishing an entrepreneurship center in Farafenye that will cover the North Bank. We've also spoken to one of our economic zone holders in Banjul Bond Road, and it's going to be an office that will be used as the Banjul One-Stop Shop. And naturally, we are also working to have reactivate the IBAS office, the former IBAS office in Basse, that will also serve as a one-stop shop. We are at advanced stage in LRR, that we are also building together with Annabelle and the EU, that will also have an office to serve the one-stop shop. And GAIPA itself will handle the one-stop shop at the headquarters as well.
Promoting intra-Africa trade is paramount in attaining the opportunities to trade, free movement of goods and services and labor. This year, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce GCCI registers more than 500 entrepreneurs from mainly West Africa, the largest number since the inception of the trade fair. However, entrepreneurs from other parts of the world are also participating in the 15th edition. Reporting for Kerr, Fatou, I am Landin Sise.